Okay, now sneeze. Welcome to tonight's show. You're Tom, Brian and Steve, and this is from the Sidelines. And tonight we're going to talk about State of Origin 3, won easily by Queensland. Sorry, did I say Queensland? New South Wales.
No, he did that.
Shows his colours.
That was it. That was him stirring me up. He's starting to whine already.
No, I'm in New South. Hey, listen. I predicted New South Wales would win. I predicted the first two games.
For them.
No, I know. I said I predict them. We're going to win. Welcome to tonight's show. We're going to talk about State of Origin 3 and what a great game it was. We're going to talk about some of the aspects of the game, some of the players who played. Gentlemen, how are you tonight?
I'm excellent.
You're excellent.
I'm excellent. I'm a happy man tonight. So far.
You're happy to lose State of Origin, but you're happy to win Game 3.
I'm happy to win Game 3.
Yeah.
Tom, you well?
I'm fighting off my daughter's flu she's just given me.
Oh, you didn't tell us when we
man, what
started.
are you
Fighting it off.
What are you
I haven't got
doing?
it yet, okay, but I'm fighting it off.
Can you go and sit
Oh,
over
man.
there?
What are you doing? Don't make me sick.
Oh, give him a mask, for goodness
Far
sake.
out.
Got a mug though.
Yeah, you got a mug, all right. An ugly one.
Oh dear, we've seen plenty
He's
of
never
ugly
looked
mugs.
in the mirror there.
This show has got plenty of ugly mugs on it, don't you worry about it. So gentlemen, New South Wales win 24-10 last night's State of Origin. Good result.
Good result.
Pleased with the result?
Good. Pleased with the result. Yes.
I
yes.
think it was a game where I don't think, looking backwards of course.
Sorry, you think it was a game where you don't think?
Looking backwards, I don't think New South Wales were ever not in control of that game.
No, I agree with you.
I think.
I agree.
You know, I was nervous during the game, but when you look back on it, I don't think they were ever not in control.
It's interesting. I remember we talked about after the second game, and we were talking about effort as compared to pride.
Yep.
Okay. There were some things that Queensland did in the first two games that were just all about effort.
Yep.
They were just there.
Yep.
It happened again last night, but you could see the effort from New South Wales
Yes.
to get to the loose ball, to get to
Yes.
the kick, to get to
Yep.
whatever needed to be
And
done.
the one time they dropped that intensity, Queensland scored.
Yes. Because, Valentine Holmes drops the ball trying to take a kick.
Yep.
So does Cobbo, I think, was the other one he dropped.
Cobbett in
Pretty
front.
much if you play Coates.
Yeah, Coates. It wasn't Coates either, was it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
One of them.
I don't know what you get.
There's a couple of times where they dropped the ball, but they dropped it because New South Wales were competing,
Yep.
which was excellent. I mean, that's really the way the first two should have
I mean,
been
the
played.
first try that Hammer scored was purely about his own speed. I mean, To'o was there on the spot. He just couldn't match him for speed.
Yeah,
No.
that's right. No, and that was a great kick, and it was a great kick by Addo Carr as well.
Yes, it was fantastic. It'll be remembered for a long time, that
Yep.
try.
Yep.
And Bradman Best had a terrific game. He was in the right spot all the time.
You know what? I knew he would. I really rate Bradman Best. I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people bagged his selection. And he probably wouldn't be there if Campbell Graham or a few of the others were
That's right.
available. But I tell you what, he did himself proud.
He did.
Absolutely no
He
doubt.
did. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
I want to start by talking about the man of the match. Now, there's been a lot of Penrith players or Penrith supporters come out of the woodwork and say Cody Walker should not have got man of the match.
Who did they put up instead?
Toro, Crichton.
Well, I
Few others.
thought Toll was exceptional.
He was, without doubt.
But he had his typical game, I think.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I think the best player on the field was Colin Matangi. I thought Cam was exceptional.
Yeah.
He was a brute in attack and defence, and silky smooth hands to get a tap on for a try.
That was a brilliant tap.
Yeah,
I would have said he was man of the match, but
he didn't stand out that much to me. But I thought Cody was so pivotal in everything that they did in attack. And he always gives you 100% in defence. I mean, there's no doubt about that.
See, Brian, you commented last night that
Yep.
you thought that he was great in the first half, but
yeah,
died away in the second. I don't know why you think that. Because Queensland changed the
because they changed their defensive line.
So he adjusted.
Hang on, no. So in the first half, the difference between Cody Walker and Luai is Luai was taking on the line.
Yep.
And then looking for a gap and then getting it to the next man. Which, you look at the way Penrith play, that's the way they play.
Yep.
Because pound for pound, they're probably better than the bloke standing in front of them. And they've got that mentality. That wasn't happening. And so it made him look really average. Cody Walker runs to the line. And somebody must have given him a tap on the shoulder because he had Tedesco. And then he had Liam Martin. And then he had Bradman Best, and then he had Josh Addo-Carr all running with him.
Correct.
So while Luai was trying to do it all on his own, Cody Walker went straight past James Tedesco, put the ball bang onto Bradman Best's chest for a try.
Yep.
That's all we're after.
But that's all I said. You come back to. That's all I think a five.
But their line defence in the second half was much stronger.
That's right. Yeah. But when Queensland changed that structure and put the extra man across and closed that gap that gave Cody Walker less room, we saw balls going over the sideline, balls going to the feet, and he was off in the second half.
But he also gave the ball to Tedesco to make that break to score that try for Bradman Best.
Yeah, I'm not denying that.
No, so what I'm saying is that yes, they adjusted.
You know what? Because
yes.
Because if they had adjusted earlier in the first half, he would have looked very average throwing balls over the sideline.
But they didn't adjust in the first half.
Well,
they adjusted in the second.
That's lucky him.
And he adjusted as well.
Maybe Alan Langer wasn't out on the field.
They won.
Maybe
they won the game in the first half, and I think that was thanks to Cody. Well, I thought he was
terrific. But also
no, I
defense
disagree.
in the second was exceptional.
They won the game in the second half. I reckon they put points on in the first, but it was all those effort areas in the second.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with the second half.
Okay, Tom, I'm going to ask you the question, an honest opinion.
Yep.
Tedesco, what did you think? So, look, I've heard some people say he should have been man of the match, and I've heard some play, he's done nothing.
Yeah.
From a Roosters point of view.
I thought he was back to his almost his best last night. I think that line break was traditional Teddy. And what people often say is they and the commentators that know what they're talking about said he is one of the best fullbacks for organising the defensive line on the line. I don't understand the tactics as much.
Who says that? Because I strongly disagree.
Well, of course you would, but I think he had a really good game. I mean, it still wasn't at his absolute best, but it was a marked improvement from what he's been dishing up of late. And I thought he deserved to be there last night on his form. I thought he deserved to be there.
Okay, because a lot of people don't think he should have, but that's okay.
0 tackles, 5 missed tackles, 2 ineffective tackles, out of position 4 times where Toho and Crichton were covering him. I don't know. I don't think that was a good defensive game.
You always find it easy to pick holes in the people you don't like. I'm sure.
I love Teddy.
I'm sure there are a lot of players who did exactly the same.
He was great in defence.
Yep. There's only 4 missed tackles, by the way, not 5.
Well, 5 missed tackles according to the official NRL website, Steve.
Well, looking at the Daily Telegraph, which is
the Daily Telegraph have got it wrong.
Yeah, I want to bring something up about that too.
Okay.
So yeah, look, and don't be saying that I don't think anyone else should have been there except Teddy. Don't get me wrong.
Well, you weren't saying that after game 1 and 2.
Well, if they dropped him after game 1,
I was saying it.
If they dropped him after game 1, I wouldn't have been unhappy. Yeah. But once they'd stuck with him, you stick with him. But what are you talking about? Like, he had a terrible game in defence, and you know what? And I'm not saying he is a. When he nearly got through that first time, I thought, we could be on here. And then he nearly got through the second, and I'm thinking, we could be on here. Thank goodness he made a break. But yeah, I don't know.
Brilliant break. I mean, and it wasn't down to Cody Walker. It was he made it for himself.
All I was saying with that point was that's what Cody does. Cody doesn't score a lot of tries or make a lot of breaks generally.
But the answer to
he
your
feeds
question
that back
ultimately was, I think he was a hell of a lot better than he's been.
Yeah. Okay. Another one. Mitchell Moses. So Mitchell Moses, I thought, had a reasonable game. I don't think it was exceptional, but I don't think it had to be exceptional because he had other players doing enough to keep New South Wales in the game. Yeah. Does Mitchell Moses hold halfback for next year, game 1?
Well, it's a long way away.
Oh, okay. But, right. Well, given you had to pick it next week.
Well, Cleary would have been the incumbent had he not been injured, and you know, it's very likely, all being equal, that Cleary will be back there in the 7th.
Yep.
You know.
100%.
But I certainly don't believe Luai should be there. I think Luai's lost his.
If there was a if there was a fourth game next week or the week after and Cleary comes back, Moses is gone.
I think that's a bit harsh. I actually think Moses did everything that he could.
I'd actually keep him, to be honest.
He took on the line so many times and he got pummeled.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, that was courageous. He guided the team around. I just think what he lacks is what a lot of the halfbacks lack is an attacking kick more than just a high kick. I think, you know...
and that's the one thing Cleary
the
does
Burton
have.
kick, the Cleary kick, you know... I mean, I'm waiting for my team to suddenly throw up one of those as well. But you know, that's probably what he lacks. He needs a bit more creativity in his kicking.
And I got to say, Jake Trbojevic being back was good.
He certainly tightens up the middle.
Tightened up that middle, something incredible. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He was
Okay. Let's have a talk about a couple of Queenslanders for the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
We have Queensland.
No, we don't.
Don't we? Okay.
Queensland doesn't exist at this time of the year.
and yet
who did you think was the best player for Queensland last night?
Cotter.
Okay, Tom?
Did he deserve the man of the series? I'm not sure.
Well, I'm coming to that.
Okay.
Who was the best one last night?
Well, see, Cotter's busy and he works hard, but he's not a flashy player, so I don't tend to notice him the way, obviously, the purists do.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't be looking at his tackle count, for instance. You know, I'm probably looking more at attack, and he was busy and he hit the line a lot. But I noticed Lindsay Collins. You know, I noticed. I thought Munster was well contained.
Yep. Okay. Well, let's go on from that then. What do you think about him getting man of the series over Lindsay Collins? Because Lindsay Collins was exceptional in the first 2 games for Queensland. They win.
He did his job
and he did his job yesterday.
The the hammer try had a lot to do with his fast play the ball.
Yep.
Hit up
and
before.
the break he made. Yes, that's right.
So yeah, look, I mean, call me biased, but I actually think that Lindsay Collins probably did enough to be man of the series. Personally, that's my feeling.
I agree. Brian?
Oh, Cotter by a mile. I don't understand it. I don't even understand there was no one else that was close to him. He played 80 minutes in all 3 games.
Yes.
Made nearly 50 tackles in all 3 games.
Okay, but
Lindsay Collins was kept going and going and going. Was the effort in everything that happened, and you guys are going, Lindsay Collins, who came on and had 10 minutes of a good game, should be man of the match because he had 10 minutes of one game that was good and one fast play the ball.
He won the game for them.
You guys have got no idea.
He won the game for them in.
Man alive.
He won the game for them in the first
40
game.
there.
Yeah, and what was the score in the first game, Steve? It was just that one effort from Lindsay Collins? No.
It won him the game. Yes, they were behind when he scored.
You know what it was? It was Cherry Evans' exceptional kicking game that he was following through.
Excuse me, if it wasn't Lindsay Collins taking the ball out of Tedesco's arms, they would never have scored and wouldn't have won.
If Cherry hadn't kicked the ball, it wouldn't have happened either. Please.
There you go.
Cotter by a mile.
Okay, who had a better game, Tino or David Fafita?
Tino spent more time on the field, didn't he?
Yeah, I thought this was probably... So I think what went wrong with Queensland was that Tino and David Fafita, Billy Slater took them both off.
Yeah.
And at that time, it was neck and neck.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether he saw something that we didn't. And I know that Lindsay Collins came on and played well, but you can't take off those 2 blokes at the same time. And he left them off. Bit of inexperience, maybe.
Yeah.
Who was better? I'd go Tino.
Yeah, I think Tino. Tino was better.
All right. I want to come back now to New South Wales.
I don't know where he's going with this.
You don't know where I'm going with this. I want to come back to New South Wales. I want to come back to the bench.
Mm-hmm.
We start the game with Gutherson on the bench and Robson.
Yep.
Robson comes on to replace Cook.
Yep.
Although I noticed at one point later in the game they were both on. Gutherson comes on with 3 minutes to go.
Good money
I'm trying to
if you can
understand
get
it. I'm
Good
trying.
money if you can get it.
Yeah, well, it is. I'm trying to understand it. What was?
Yeah.
Because all week they were saying we don't have a plan for Gutho yet. The day of the game, they're saying we have a plan for Gutho. So was the plan for Gutho to play the last 3 minutes?
No, couldn't have been.
So why have him
No.
there?
I don't know. There was a point in the game about 20 minutes out, so at about the 60-minute mark, and Isaiah Yeo and Cam Murray looked absolutely gassed. They looked like they could not take another step.
Yeah.
Luckily, there were a couple of breaks in play. But at that time, I was watching the game with Tom, and I said, mate, they've got to get Gutho on now. This is the time. 20 minutes out, you've got a high energy player. Where do you play him? Who cares?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Get him on the field.
And I was saying the same thing, probably around the same point. And
And just after that, nearly scored, but
Yeah.
it was at that moment you were looking at it, and Cam Murray was starting to get slow to get back on side. Wasn't making as many meters.
You couldn't put him in the forwards.
Well, you could have if you
No.
you could have replaced Cam Murray with him. Not that I would want to replace Cam Murray.
No.
Yeah, but he's got to be on there.
It's got to be on there. And
Got to be on there.
honestly, I would have taken off Tedesco, even 15 minutes from the end, and said, let's at least just give him a run. We're leading. Let's give him a run, and let's just try and put a few more points on the board.
I don't know whether I would have done that, but yeah, he needed to come on at about that 60
Well, clearly
minute mark.
they put him on simply because they didn't want to leave him on the bench the whole game. And
Well, no.
they were winning. They were winning.
No,
the
Well,
game.
no,
no,
they
they
only
only
came
put
on
him
because
Fox got an
Fox-
injury.
yeah.
So
But I mean, yeah,
Okay.
I still think they probably would have.
it's just a
found
dangerous thing to do in a state of origin game. You have a player you don't use.
Yeah, but you know what? If we'd gone a fullback or a winger or a centre down, you'd want him there. That cost us in game two.
Yeah, but I did suggest then you take Robertson off, leave Gutho on there, and bring Spencer Leno
Yeah.
on as the other forward.
Well, yeah. Anyway,
I would have. That's what I would have done.
Can I?
You can
I
say
read-
whatever you
read-
like, Tom.
I read the paper today, and
We're a democracy.
every game, this Matt Encarnacion rates the Blues players, and he's got absolutely no idea. Seriously,
No, I
he
know.
always underrates them.
who
Seriously,
does?
Matt Encarnacion. He's got no
Yeah,
clue.
no.
Seriously,
He doesn't.
He gave Liam Martin a 7, and Regan Campbell-Gillard a 7. I actually thought Liam had a fairly subdued game. Really, I mean, he hit the ball up hard, but I don't think he was that.
He got in the way a few times of tries.
Yeah.
But the thing was, like I said, it was that edge that they kept going to. I
Yeah.
thought he ran his lines exceptionally well.
Yeah, but it wasn't a standout, and he got a 7. I think Campbell Gillard did more. He got 7.
Yep.
I think Mitchell Moses got a 6.5. Well, he was better than either of those. I think
I don't think so.
in the position he was in. The only one I think he scored right was Cody Walker, and you don't agree. He gave him a 9. But every time I read his, I go, "You are kidding me, aren't you?"
Yeah, that's right. They're wrong. Just like you and Steve.
You got
You know what they say. Everyone's got an opinion.
like buttholes. Yes.
Yeah.
Very common.
And some have very bad opinions.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Anything else? Because
No.
I've got one other thing to add.
Hey, bring it on.
Today we learn that Ivan Cleary was invited into the coaching box.
Well, no, we saw him last night.
Yeah,
I didn't see
but Brad Fittler's come out and said, "Oh yeah, I was asking him a few questions, and what the
You got some
Yeah,
good
I
answers.
saw that. Yeah.
what is going on? Surely that has to be a beat up story. Surely the coach knew what he was doing without getting somebody's opinion on game day.
No.
Well, apparently it was all about interchange, because the week to week NRL coaches probably have a clear idea about how to interchange.
Man, I don't know. That's tough.
It's a concern.
And one of our Facebook posters has said, is that it for Freddie? And my comment is simply, and I'll state it again, I don't see an alternative just yet. As long as the New South Wales Rugby League is saying no NRL coaches, I don't see an alternative.
Did you see Buzz Rothfield's letter?
He let it, yes.
I mean, I couldn't
It was
disagree with
apt.
a lot of it, but geez, it was harsh.
No, it was apt.
It was,
I thought it was.
it was harsh because it was out there, and it was direct and fairly blunt. And while everybody's been saying it in the background, to actually come out and say it specifically, I'm glad I'm not Bradfield. I think that would have been tough.
It would have been tough, but it's true. I mean, we've like you said, we've all been saying it.
Yes,
you know,
it just is a little bit more blunt than it's actually directed at you, and it's on a national newspaper or state newspaper, whatever you like.
Yeah, well, it's news.
I think that's hard.
Brian, I want to come back to your point. The coach who is available or should be available is Michael Maguire. Now, Michael Maguire is affiliated with the Raiders, but is an assistant coach. And surely they could do without him.
And he's a national coach too.
And New Zealand
national.
Yep. And I think he would be the best one to be able to do that, to take over. Because
as I said, there in my mind, you've got Andrew Johns, but he's already associated with the team at the moment.
Yeah.
So scratch him because he should be doing whatever he's doing, and he's not.
Yeah.
In my mind, you've got Madge, correct?
Yep.
You've got Tuvi.
Yep.
And next year, apparently, Bellamy retires from coaching.
Yes.
Perhaps Bellamy.
Boyd Cordner was also thrown in, and I don't understand that one.
Yeah.
No.
He's only just starting to cut his teeth as an assistant.
The thing that everybody was talking about with Billy Slater is his attention to detail and the way he handles people. That hasn't been said about any of these potential New South Wales coaches.
No.
So you want someone who's been there, done that, I think.
Well, I come back to Madge.
And those are the only three that I can see. And I just don't know if the New South Wales Rugby League will lean that way. That's all.
Okay.
Does winning game 3 improve Freddie's chances, do you think?
It will, but it shouldn't.
I'd like... The advantage of bringing in a new coach next year is that when Freddie came in, he started clean and he said, reputations mean nothing, let's start. Let's see who's in form and how we're going to do it. And that worked. We won that first series. Then by the second year, he was half on that. Where these players did it last year, we won and we're going to stick with them. By the third year, it was, I know we lost, but they won 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I would strongly suggest that if Freddie is coach, that we just go back to the start, go back to the beginning. And I understand that's a harsh call for some players, but let's choose a team on form.
Yeah, but he's shown he can't do that.
But in 6 years, his thinking's probably changed too. So for him to go back to that's going to be difficult, probably as well. Because he's perhaps evolved his thinking.
Yeah, and I know, and I know everybody was saying, "Hey, isn't it great to have 2 centres in the team as centres?" Next year, Stephen Crichton's apparently signed at the Bulldogs to play fullback. Are we still going to pick him in the centres?
Well,
or let's hope that we don't need to have that conversation.
Yeah, no, because if Trell and Turbo are back, you won't be.
Well, I don't know who's fullback next year. That's my concern. I don't think you can. I think Tedesco would be lucky to be in the team next year. Very lucky.
Well, it really depends on his form at the beginning of next year, I think. He's
I
getting
agree.
to that stage in his career, yes, where he's perhaps not at his best, but he's had a particularly bad year this year.
Yep.
And I would like to hope that he won't be this bad next year.
Well, the thing is for me, when I look at that Queensland team, it's just speed. And I don't know whether Teddy's that half step slower.
Oh, he's faster than a lot of players on that team.
So yeah. Anyway, that's my concern. And if you can't keep your captain in the team as a certainty, then you really got to start again. Done. Yeah. That's it. That's what I have to say.
Yep.
And how good did the young blokes go? Let's do it again.
So you want game 4?
I want game 4.
So you want to make it a best of 5 series now?
Done right. All right.
Yeah, ain't going to happen. You know what? This actually draws State of Origin to a close for 2023, and thank goodness we can now get into the...
Yes.
That's right. And I can start considering Queensland as part of Australia again. This is awesome.
Oh dear. So anything intelligent you want to end the show with?
Oh, I can't wait to next year. State of Origin
Start
wise.
again.
Oh, really?
Oh, I love State of Origin.
Oh, I know. A lot of water under the bridge before that.
Ooh, I love State of Origin. Oh,
You
no,
just
I do have something to say. You nearly made me forget.
I nearly made you forget.
You nearly made me forget.
Why?
Because...
He's deflecting.
Oh, no. Cameron Smith.
Cameron Smith, golfer.
No.
Camaref.
Camaref Smith.
Camaref Smith.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it. You know what? Bradman Best has come out and said, I hate Queensland, which is what I love.
Yeah.
And he said, in Queensland, we don't say that. We just want to play for the people. You know what? You do that, Queensland, and we'll keep hating you. That's all I got to say. Good on you, Bradman Best.
Got it like a true Manly fan.
I got to get Nico Hines in the team because he says he hates Queensland as well.
And speaking of Cameron Smith, someone put on Facebook the other day that can we please get rid of the Channel 9 commentary?
Oh,
I agree.
bad.
Yep.
Seriously, Peter V'landys, get Fox.
No, but the Fox commentators are just as bad.
Oh,
they're biased and terrible.
They're not as biased.
Oh, Andrew Voss is the worst commentator I've
It wasn't
ever
Andrew
heard.
Voss last night.
I know, but he's the worst. He's worse than them.
No, it wasn't
Yes.
Andrew Voss.
Anyway, they're all terrible. They're all biased.
So get us.
Well, I don't know whether we'd be any better, but we'd be biased in a way that we like.
That's right. Yeah, we'd be happy with our biases. Thank you for watching. You're with Tom, Brian and Steve, and this is From the Sidelines. And okay, so next week we'll be back doing our regular show.
Yep.
You can download the show on what can we do?
Spotify.
Facebook and YouTube, and download the podcast on Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
People got 2 shows to listen to this week.
Woohoo!
How,
Lucky them.
how exciting for them.
All right, thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.
See ya.